this is different. Alright, what's up y'all? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. You might be saying, that's not an Evo, what is that? This is our white Tacoma that we picked up. The idea for this project is gonna be a little like drift truck kind of build. I'll show you in a second, but I kind of messed up the cab in the back because I removed a jack mount. And so we have an appointment this coming week in a few days to take it to a body shop and have them weld that up and fix that. So we gotta get the bed and stuff off of here. And so I'm gonna go ahead and do that today. I am still trying to process this garage not having a blue car sitting in it because for the last 2 years, that Evo has been sitting right in this spot. And seeing it not there and seeing this thing in here is giving my mind a bit of a trip. But yeah, if you missed the last video, I'll link it up top, but we have a severe storm coming. You might be saying, well, you have a garage, who cares? Well, I'm not quite ready for the Evo to be sitting out in the rain just yet, so I want to get this bed off of here, get the car back in the garage, and all that before the storm comes. And so, yeah, let's get to it. I guess, first things first, I'm gonna be kind of working in a rush here, I feel like, but is what it is. Gotta do what we gotta do here. I feel like first things first is to see what exactly has to come off of here because I'm not 100% sure. I grabbed a bunch of sockets because I don't know. 19, boom, look at that. First try. Why are there lights up there? Huh, interesting. Anyway, let's, we'll unplug the license plate lights. This bumper's coming off anyways. Just pulled the whole bulb out. We're getting a roll pan and putting it on the truck, so we won't need this bumper. It's big, it's bulky. I don't like it, it's rusted all to hell. This will be a good time to get this thing off of here anyways. Hopefully none of these bolts are rusted on. Super bad. That was easy. This thing's actually not too bad for a 2002. Just looking at it at first glance, it doesn't look like it's in too bad a shape under here, which is kind of exciting. We got tons of work we're gonna be doing to this thing. Right now, the tentative plan is to put a 1JZ into this thing. We'll see. I haven't decided between that yet. There's some other Toyota motors, some Beams motors, stuff like that, that I kind of have my eye on as well. So I guess it'll be sort of like whichever one I come across first. That'll be the one we end up doing. But I would really like to do a 1JZ. I don't know if this thing's just gonna fall on me or what. Okay, bolt is out. It doesn't feel like it got any looser. Ow. All right, that's off. Whoops. That, to me, doesn't look any looser. Is there more? Ah, there's one more. Haha. That makes sense. Oh. There's gonna be a lot of hunting and searching on this thing because, like I said, this is a new project. I don't know a whole lot about what I'm about to be doing, but I didn't know a whole lot about everything we did on the Evo either, so there's a bee's nest under here. What the hell? Yeah, it's all a learning process. Ow. I think I'm tightening it. Yep, other way. Oh, come on. It's probably gonna try to fall, yep. Let's try, we'll get our legs under it here. Oh, come on. Bruh. Where's the bolt? Oop. I think it, yep. There's the washer, so I guess it's off. Yes, sir. Might be able to take these brackets here off as well, but we'll do that once the bed comes off. There should be 2, 4, and then 2 up by the cab, I think. I looked at this earlier today to see what I was getting myself into, and that's what I found. So let's just, let's keep trucking along. There's a storm a-coming. Now the other plan and part of all this is I want to, this thing, if you look here, I'll show you up close in a second, but the paint is just flaking off this thing so bad. I don't trust the primer and stuff like that on there. And so before we paint the Evo and I spray that, that'll be my first time spraying a car ever. I kind of want to practice on this thing. So we're going to strip all this paint off. We're going to repaint the whole truck, redo everything, and then we can do the Evo with a little bit more confidence than we have now. While I don't doubt myself a whole bunch, I just have never done it before at all. And I don't, you know, paint is paint, but I'd rather not go into it without knowing anything. You are probably a 14. Oh, look at that, 14. Loose. This is probably gonna fall as well. I need. That's not gonna work. It's not tall enough. Much better. We're also gonna be stripping out all of this bed liner in here because one, this is Line-X and I don't like Line-X all that much at all. Two, there's no holes that they either covered them up or whatever, but the water stays in the bed and it gets all like weird and funky down there. And so I don't like that either. And yeah, we're gonna strip all this stuff out of the back and we'll put some Raptor liner on it and we'll be set. Please come out. Aha. All right, next up, under the bed. Actually, I bet there's something here with the filler neck. Next, we'll do tail lights. I'm gonna be replacing these. Let's just say we're gonna be replacing everything on this truck. Kind of like how we did the Evo. Not quite to the extent, maybe, we'll see. We'll see where the OCD takes us. But there's just a lot on this truck that needs to be replaced. These tail lights for one. I hate this like fake carbon look. They're cracked, they're faded. Just everything that you could think of is wrong with them, at least for my mind. So we'll get some new tail lights, headlights, all that stuff, because the headlights are way worse than these. Man, the humidity is just kicking my ass today. What the fuck is all that? Anyway, I don't even know what these, like this is just a hack job. This is still sticking out up here. Just gonna cut that shit and pull that through that zip tie. There you go there. What did you go to? Anything? I'll have to check that later. Stick it down in there, be fine. Okay, next up, we got two 17mm bolts here in the back that we're gonna have to try to break free. Is this tightening or loosening? Nope, that's tightening, pretty sure. Felt like it anyway. Yep, that's tight. Well, now we'll just go the other way. Now that it broke free, you're supposed to tighten them anyways before you get them loose, right? Woo! Yes, sir. And then we'll go. There it is. We'll replace a majority of this hardware with stainless. See how this is like flaking off right here? That's just, it's just bad prep, bad primer. I don't know, but yeah. Speaking of that, this is what I was talking about earlier. You could tell where they tried to fix it with like, it looks like whiteout, but the paint just flakes off. Like if I hit it with a like a water hose, it just blows it right off of there. So yeah, I think just starting off from scratch, going down to bare metal, epoxy, all that kind of stuff is the best route to take. So that's what we'll do. Let's get down here. Hopefully you break free. Break free. I said break free. Holy shit. Ah, there we go. The place I bought this from said they fixed the exhaust. Yeah, the hanger like broke off the frame. Ooh, this thing is still like not able to turn freely. God. Holy shiza. God, what in the world? Oh, I don't like those clouds over there. I don't trust the weather to be correct. Haha. That was it? That little thing? Wow, that is some rust though. Look at that. Yuck. Okay, so we went ahead and got the other two bolts off on the front up there. It's like right around that general area up by the cab. So I think that's it. I haven't looked at any diagrams or anything like that, so we'll just see if it's, I mean, it seems loose. Is the front? Oh yeah. Okay, well, next I need to make my little contraption here. How I thought about doing it, which seeing these things now, I don't know if they're gonna really reach like I thought they were gonna. I thought I could run these two, yeah, that's not happening. I thought I could run these motorcycle straps across the bed and yeah, it's not happening. Okay, well, I decided to use my other two motorcycle straps, my good ones. I didn't want to use those two up there, but yeah, that's how we got it right now. And I'm gonna grab my engine hoist and we're gonna pick it up from the center and just pick it up off the truck. And yeah, it should get it off of there. Hopefully, cross your fingers. These straps are straight up gonna break. That's what that is. Maybe not. They are certainly tensioned, that's for damn sure. I don't trust that. I'm gonna let these things back down. Okay, same plan, stronger straps. Here we go. What's happening? What are you stuck on now? Uh-huh, that makes sense. It looks like it's totally off. So I just need to get the back up. And then I should be able to pull it out. Nope, it's got the fill neck that it's hung on. That should be good, right? Woo! Now will you go backwards for me, please? Thank you. What are you hung on now? The tire? All right. Why are you continually stuck on something? There we go. Probably should have gone to the side of this thing, but you know what? You live and you learn. We'll set this thing down on these blocks and we'll be in good shape. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and apologize to you now because a lot has happened in the last like 30 minutes. We were getting the bed onto the little stands over there and the camera died. Didn't know it, but the camera died. And so after I got it sitting onto the stands, it's over there on that side of the garage. I heard like a big thing of thunder and I was like, uh-oh. And so I ran outside and looked behind the house and there were crazy dark clouds and I was like, this is gonna suck. And so not long after that, like a minute or two, my wife sends me a text and was like, hey, do you have the Evo back in the garage? It's pouring the rain at her work, which is not far from here. And I was like, shit. So I just had to run. I swept everything, got all the rust out of the floor. We got the Evo back in the garage, safe and sound. Truck's back up top. Yeah, it's probably gonna come a hellacious storm here, but we're gonna try to do what we can. This is the garage situation. We are extremely tightly fit in here. We got some space over here to do some work and some things, but over here is super, super tight. But we can take a peek real quick in the meantime. And this little center bar is super, super rusty. And I pulled on this thing and it like kind of cracked off. But we'll take that off anyway. We'll knock these off of here. This is like the old muffler stuff. We're gonna probably have to remove this center bar and we'll weld one in or try to have someone weld it in. I'm not really sure. I don't really know how to weld. I do want to learn, so this might be a good time to do that. And now the sun's coming out. It's just, but you can see it right there. It's super black. Probably not as dark as it is in real life on camera, but it's dark. We dodged it just barely, I think. I will say, and I think I mentioned it before, that I didn't want to trust the weather, but the storm is like 2 hours ahead of schedule. So just saying. Well, since the sun decided to come back out and it's still thundering in the background, I guess I'm gonna try to go out here and get this spare tire off, or that support beam off that holds the support, or that holds the spare tire. I wanna get that off of there because it's pretty rusty and the spare tire is next to useless anyways. I'll show you that in a second. But also, I've never had a car that had a spare tire in it anyway. So, yeah. I'm gonna try and show you here, but the sun's so bright, it's kind of hard to see. The tire is just so dry rotted and like cracked and everything, just everywhere, all around it is just, yeah, it's just next to useless. And this thing is also next to useless. I'm gonna like mark it right here, and then I may try to get a welder and I'm gonna try to like put a support beam in here. Ideally, I'm gonna run a fuel cell back here, and most guys put it back in this section anyway, so I'm thinking about just taking this whole support thing off of there, but for now we'll get these brackets and this tire off of here. Yeah, that ain't happening. Oh, there we go. And here, boom, and it has like a piece of rust on it right there that won't allow my wrench to slide, or my socket to slide onto it. And it broke off. Check that out. Snapped her right in two. Ooh. Yeah, sir. I think it's still gonna stay because this thing in the middle is still, yeah. I just don't want it to like fall on my friggin' foot or something. If I can get these off of here, should be able to get the tire off of there in theory, correct? That came out much easier than anticipated. Huh, look at that. I'm gonna do it this way, that way it swings. There's probably a much easier way to do this, but that'll work for me. There. If it doesn't, if you can't get it apart, use a hammer. If the hammer doesn't work, get a bigger hammer. Okay, so all brackets are now removed from the back. I think I'm gonna leave this piece in just for, stability's sake. I don't want to take it out of there just yet because it would be kind of loosey-goosey, I feel like, back here. So now that all that stuff is taken out, let's go into the cab here and I'll show you what we're doing this all for to start with. But this is why we're doing all this. I had to take the truck to a body shop because we're gonna fix the cab here, because I removed a jack point right here that like held the jack for the truck, and I was trying to remove that bracket off of there, and it just wouldn't come, and so I just kept prying and cutting it and all that stuff, and we eventually cut through the cab there with the screwdriver. That's actually all that is, and we just pried it out of there. And so we're gonna go and he's gonna spot weld and like fix all these little holes, weld up that hole. He'll prime it right here in this spot, and then when we get the truck back, we can begin on the interior and doing all the stuff we're gonna do to this thing, which leads me to my next point. I think this issue is only if you have the bench seat, but let me get this seat out of here and I will explain. And out we go. So with a bench seat, I don't think it has this hole right here to mount the seat bracket to it. So we're gonna put racing seats in this thing, and so the bracket that I ordered says you have to drill a hole in the tunnel right here, which mine has that hole. So I wanted to order that bracket and put it in here and see if everything lines up how it should now as opposed to later. Because once we begin painting the inside of this truck, I would rather not drill a hole into it. I'd rather have it epoxy primed and ready to paint and all that stuff, and everything done to it needs to be done to it. So let's get this bracket out of here and we will see if it fits. And oh yeah, that's definitely the sun behind me. It never once rained. It's still thundering. I can hear it. Pretty big thunders, but the sun is out and it never ever rained. So I guess rather be safe than sorry. I heard lots of good things about these brackets, so we went ahead and went with the Planted brand. And these apparently fit multiple seats, like Brad. Mounts right there, and the hole is also in the right spot. Hot diggity. We don't have, well, hang on. Oh yeah. Okay, well, we have the hole, we have the goods, so I can put in the seat again, and yeah, now I know that that bracket will work. Okay, next thing on the list, I will throw up a shot here on the screen of the driver's side door. When I first got the truck, I noticed this, but I think it's just someone locked the keys in the truck and they were trying to get into it, and it looks like they like pried the door, the top of the door, out a little bit. So I think I'm gonna try to fix that. I think I have an idea of how I can do it, and yeah, let's give it a whirl. So the plan is to just stick my foot on the door here and pull it, and I think I can get it. Oh. I think I got it. Okay, let's see if that does anything. I think it might have worked. Don't mind the paint, but that to me looks much better. All right, as you might be able to hear, it finally started pouring the rain. We were done outside pretty much anyways. We got the bed and stuff in here. It's all good to go. It took up a lot more space than I thought it was gonna, but it's kind of tight, but it's all right. I am exhausted after today, so I apologize if I'm not making a lot of sense right now, but the heat just sucks it out of you. And so, yeah, we'll get back to the Evo shortly. We got a lot of things going on right now, as you can probably tell, but we modify everything around here, and so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys will enjoy the Tacoma project. I'm excited about it. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I'm excited to see where it goes, what kind of new skills we can learn, all that kind of good stuff. And so, yeah, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it very much as always. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you're excited about the taco build, and yeah, catch you next time. Bye.